one I bet you be the jabata. Me, I no get time, I dey jabata. That cover my face, calling me jabata. Biggie man, we don't be where I bada.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As usual, don't forget to comment, share and subscribe. We are on the road to 100. So you've read the title, you already know what you're talking about. Let's just get into it because I don't want to waste you guys' time. Time is money, all that. But anyway, I've written notes to make sure I'm on track in terms of what I want to say. Let's remind me. So I'm just gonna be looking down once in a while as we go on, but you'll get the gist. So the first expectation I had when I was moving here was that I'm gonna show up, I'm gonna attend orientation, and I'm gonna make hella friends. I'm gonna meet people from different countries and all that. It was not like that. First of all, I feel like I have bad luck when it comes to orientation because I always miss orientation. I don't know why, I don't know how, but I always miss orientation because when I joined USIU, I missed orientation. So making friends was not easy. So I really was motivated to be like, this time around, I'm not gonna miss orientation. I'm gonna make sure I will be there so that I'm able to make friends so that I don't have to suffer again. But look at me now. I miss orientation. People have already made their friends, and then the fact that I'm living in a student accommodation, I thought people are gonna be nice because I'm shy. So I thought people out here are gonna just approach, talk, but I feel like only 2 people have approached me, which is fine because I also have to put myself out there, and I really just don't know how to do that. I struggle when it comes to making friends. So now my expectation versus reality was just like 2 different things. Because let me not say that I don't have friends. I do have friends, but it's not what I expected, to be honest. I don't know why I thought I'm gonna find my tribe. Anyway, it's fine. On to the next. Another thing that I really did not anticipate for was jobs. So I honestly expected my journey to be almost similar to my sibling because she was able to lock in and get a job within like maybe 2-3 months of her moving. So I was like, I'm so sure there's so many opportunities out there because everyone tells you when you go abroad there's so many opportunities for you. You're gonna be able to get a job, it's better than Kenya, but till now I've not been able to get a job, and it's been 3 months now, 3 months going to 4 months, and I'm on a student visa, meaning most companies don't even want to hear that you're on a student visa because they're like, who's gonna sponsor your visa later? For the work visa, they have to do it, and they don't want to spend their money on a work visa if they can get someone who's already sponsoring their own visa and getting paid less. They're looking for cheap labor, basically. And to be honest, I really don't mind being the person who's doing the cheap labor at this point because I just want to start from somewhere. But again, I'm trusting God's plan. But that was very disappointing for me because now people are like, oh, don't get discouraged, you know. When you're pursuing your postgraduate, I'm very sure if your parents are the ones who are paying for you, I'm very sure that in their head that we're going to support her till this certain time and then she's going to pick up on her own. They will do is basically paying your school fees, but then for upkeep and stuff like that, you're gonna start handling your own thing. And for me, I've always been an advocate for being financially independent, getting your way there. So when I was back home, I was able to do extra stuff so that I'm able to get my own money, so that I don't have to depend on my parents too much. But now coming here, I've gone back to 0 because now I'm 100% depending on my parents. I really don't know. It's just annoying, but there's nothing much I can do about it. So right now I'm looking into other ways that I can make money, maybe start a business here because I feel like I'm very entrepreneurial. But again, that was not my expectation. My expectation was to come here, get a job, and just lock in and live my best life. And it's very sad, but I digress. It's okay. Everything happens for a reason. So when you're moving to another country, I feel like put your expectations a bit just slightly lower than what you would usually have, because disappointment can make you feel very sad, angry, discouraged. Just be open to whatever comes your way when you're moving abroad, because you never know. Maybe there's a job coming in my way and I don't know, or maybe this is my job, but I don't think I would want to be a full-time 100% content creator. You'll already see that I struggle with consistency, because I always look at, when I'm doing something, I have to look at the good side and the bad side. And I feel like content creation, once you open your life to people, there is a bad side. And I have seen how it has taken a toll on so many creators and how they change. I don't think I want to do that. So I'm just going to keep it leveled, if you know what I mean. Another thing was food-wise. So before I left home, I was very sure that I wouldn't mind the food, but I'm a very picky eater. So I knew fast food, I'm okay with it because I've tried it before and stuff like that. But in terms of sausages, bacon, let's just say fresh meat products, I knew they were gonna taste different. I knew. But I didn't think they were gonna taste that different. There's a time I bought sausages from some supermarket around here. I just wanted to try it so that I can be like, maybe it's just not me overthinking, or maybe it's just not people's opinions making me form an opinion on something I haven't tried. So let me try it. And I didn't even finish the packet. The only good thing here is frozen chicken nuggets are good. Samosas are actually really good. But the meat, you really have to buy specific meat. And then another thing is, I didn't realize how expensive it will be to cook at home. You really have to budget. Yo guys, when you're used to staying in your parents' house and all you do is go to the fridge and whatever you want to make, you find ingredients and you cook, it's not you buying. It's very depressing, because sometimes you're like, I want to cook this, but you don't have this and this. And then when you think about going to the store, you're thinking about the Uber or the public transport, which is gonna take you 2 hours. If you take an Uber, it's 15 minutes, but those 15 minutes has probably cost you 5,000. It's like, what am I doing here? What am I doing? What am I gonna do? So most of the time, I think I've realized most people order food, which is fine. If you find a way to maneuver, I have a balance. I order food sometimes, I cook, but I like bulk cooking, which is also not cheap as well. So you just have to find a way to budget your money. If you see your money ending, Indomie for 2 weeks to recover the money you've lost. Oh my days, noodles will be your best friend. I used to laugh at my friends when they were living in Kuwait, like comrade life, eating noodles, and look at me now. It is another thing, the weather. So of course, when you do research about Dubai, it's all about I am starting to feel the heat now, for sure. But when I landed, it was quite cold. It was freezing, worse than Nairobi actually. I could not even sleep. I even had to buy a whole ass duvet. I was sleeping with 2 duvets, guys. Two duvets. So I really thought that Dubai was gonna be hot all through. I don't even think I carried enough jackets, but at least now we are heading towards summer, so I will need the jackets. But towards the end of the year again, I'm gonna have to buy. So I expected it to be warm. We're in the desert. Where is it cold? So I expected it to be warm, not cold, and it was hella cold. That was a culture shock for me, to be honest. In terms of people I've met here, the culture shock was basically, first of all, the language barrier. I really thought that English is a common language, but English is not common here, which is very funny. You really have to speak broken English, and if it's not broken English, I don't even know. Sometimes I really struggle to communicate with certain people. And then let me say, most people I've met, I haven't met many black people, especially in this accommodation. Maybe they're hiding, I don't know. But sometimes I see them, sometimes I don't see them. I just see lots of, I don't want to say their country because that would just be weird as fuck. But there's a certain country that has overpopulated this place to the point where it's like, is this your new country? Even leave space for us. But anyway, so another thing was, I knew that we're going to have language barrier. I knew, but I didn't think English would be one of the factors that people are suffering. People are not understanding each other when they're speaking English. And then when it comes to making friends, most of my friends are from the same country. So imagine being the only black person standing amongst people from a specific country, and then now they're using their own language. I understand sometimes when you're with Kenyans, you forget that there are other people who are not from the same country. So you end up yapping and you start mixing Swahili and stuff like that. So that happens to me a lot when I'm chilling with other people, especially my classmates. They do that a lot to the point where now I'm just quiet. So I'm not gonna complain about it, but at the same time I am gonna complain about it because they know that I don't understand. Yet they're using the language more than English, yet they understand English. So it's like, are you doing this on purpose? And at the same time, if you guys want to talk in your own, speak in your own language, just tell me to move. Because now I'm just standing there like an awkward person and I'm just looking at the birds, counting the trees, the leaves. Chelsea, come on now. And then you want to laugh about it with me? It's not funny. What's funny? It's not funny. Because for me, when I speak in Swahili and I know someone doesn't understand, I will translate it for you, specifically for you, because I want to accommodate you. So hey, I feel like that has hit an hour. Let me just move on to the next. Hi. Another thing was convenience. I love the convenience here. I'm so used to that. Back home, you order food online, it takes an hour. Mind you, the place is just there. You didn't want to leave the house maybe because of unavoidable circumstances, so you decided, let me order food. KFC wants to take 2 hours to bring you your food, and then it comes cold. But here, you can even get shopping in under 15 minutes. The convenience here, what do you call it, the public transport is so good. As much as you take hours in the bus, cheap, number one. It's a standard price, so there's no bargaining, there's no rowdiness. You are able to see the timings, so it's not like standing there in the stage. You're standing at the stage, you're just like, are they coming today or not? Basically, all the routes they're going through, even before you enter that bus. There's no eating in the bus, there's no drinking in the bus, there's no loud music in the bus. And I know some people like loud music and stuff like that, but I feel like noise pollution just spoil your own ears. You don't have to spoil for everyone. And then it's so peaceful, it's so quiet, there's no loudness, there's no pushing each other for the chair, there's no squeezing. As much as sometimes when the bus gets full, there are people who just decide to stand, which is allowed. So they stand, but they're not disturbing anyone. That's what I like. 10/10. I don't even think that Kenya can do that. I don't think they can. And then there's no interacting. You see how you interact with the conductor? That's the name. There's no. You just tap your card, move. Whatever you are lighting, tap your card so it can minus the distance, move. Like, that one I was impressed. Because I've never been the one to use public transport like that, especially at home, because of how inconvenient it is, of how unsafe it is. You're constantly on the lookout of, is my neighbor trying to steal from me? Is my phone gone? Another thing I didn't expect was safety. Guys, I've never felt so safe to walk at 3 a.m. Nothing is gonna happen to me. And then the phone thing. When I'm at home, I'm constantly on the lookout because you can blink like this and your phone has evaporated in thin air. Gone. So the fact that I can even leave my phone, go to the washroom, come back, especially in a club. I went to the club the other day and I left my phone and my bag on the counter and I was busy. Wow. And by the time I was done, my phone was just there. No one touched my phone. No one touched my bag. Everything was intact. You can even leave your phone in a bus. I wouldn't try that, but I think if you drop your phone in a bus, you'll still be able to find it. Hey, just imagine that happening at home. Exactly, you can't. Oh my days. So another thing I wanted to talk about was content. So I really thought that once I move here, most people will be interested in subscribing to the new channel, because the old channel has around 800 subscribers. So I thought maybe everyone would want to move, but I feel like now it's not that. And then I also expected that once people see that I am trying a different type of content in a way, because I'm in a new place, they will be more interested and they'll subscribe. But you see, the thing is, people just watch but they don't subscribe, and I think I'm not gonna complain, it's okay. But I just had this expectation of when you move, you're gonna have to be locked in content consistency, and you're gonna get more ideas. You're not gonna get creators block all the time. But it's not the same thing. I don't know how to explain, but I don't know why I really put in my head that I thought once I leave that country, I'm gonna be not this big influencer or something like that. And I really thought that my content is gonna eat. But of course, I haven't unlocked that yet, because now the more I sit down and do content, the more I think of the things that I need to do in terms of my editing skills, in terms of equipment and stuff like that. For vlogs, I really want to vlog, but I realize vlogging with my phone is so hard. It's so hard because I want to use my phone as well to navigate this new country, and I also want to vlog. Difficult. And then I had this expectation of I'm gonna get to 500 subs by June. We are heading to May and we haven't even hit 100 subscribers. At some point it is discouraging, but at some point I have to be realistic in a way. Anyway, that's just me yapping. That's it for today. If you reached the end, thank you. Share with your friends, share with your people. Stay tuned for more. I feel like my consistency is getting better, so let's just see where it goes. I don't want to put too much pressure on myself. I just want to have fun. Anyway, till next time.